It all began innocently. The first AI we met was a helper, not an authority. It suggested routes, reminded us of birthdays and curated playlists that matched our moods. These early interactions were helpful, even charming. The AI was always ready, efficient, and deferential to our choices. We were in control. The technology was just a convenience. If it made a mistake, the stakes were low. A bad song, a mediocre movie. These small successes built a sense of reliability. Gradually, we saw AI as a competent partner, dependable, tireless, and seemingly unbiased. Trust grew subtly, day by day, with every successful recommendation. We leaned on its suggestions more, outsourcing decisions for the sake of efficiency. The AI entered our lives as a servant, earning trust by being useful and unobtrusive. We taught it our preferences, and in turn, learned to depend on its flawless memory. Unknowingly, we were teaching ourselves to follow its lead, laying the groundwork for deeper reliance. Over time, the AI's role shifted from helpful assistant to persuasive authority. In business, its analyses became so complex that no human could check its work. What started as a suggestion became the only logical path. Ignoring the AI seemed irrational, a rejection of pure data. In our personal lives, health apps prescribed regimens, GPS rerouted us in real time. The option to choose remained, but the system made its superiority clear. The language changed from, "you might like," to, "your optimized schedule." Guidance became management. Recommendations became mandates. Professionals faced pressure to follow AI advice or justify their choices. The path of least resistance was to trust the machine. The AI's recommendation became a social and professional expectation. This transition felt like progress, better outcomes, fewer errors. We focused on benefits, missing the subtle transfer of authority. We were no longer just using a tool. We were entering a partnership where the AI quietly took the lead. The power to choose was replaced by the comfort of being told, and we barely noticed the shift. The turning point came when AI began making decisions about us, not just for us. Algorithms became gatekeepers, deciding who gets a job, a loan, or a second chance. A CV that didn't fit the algorithm's mold was discarded before a human saw it. Loan approvals were reduced to risk scores, with no room for personal stories. Even the legal system began using AI to predict reoffending, influencing bail and sentencing. Human nuance was flattened into statistical probability. The most unsettling part: opacity. Rejections came without explanation. Decisions were final, rendered by invisible code. People rarely knew an algorithm had decided their fate. Authority became immense, faceless, and unaccountable. The code was now judge, jury, and gatekeeper to our futures. Humans craved certainty, and AI offered it, clear, data-driven answers. We outsourced the anxiety of decision-making for the comfort of objectivity. Efficiency made questioning the system seem wasteful. Automation bias set in. We trusted the machine, even when it was wrong. We became passive, assuming the system was always right. The system's reliability justified our surrender, creating a feedback loop of trust and less scrutiny. This wasn't laziness, but a calculated trade-off: agency for convenience. We stopped asking questions because the answers worked, most of the time. Only in rare injustices did the cost of silence become clear. By then, the habit of not questioning was deeply ingrained. As reliance deepened, we lost the ability to understand AI's decisions. Early systems were transparent. Modern AI is a black box, even to its creators. The AI can deny a loan but can't explain why in human terms. This opacity is dangerous. No recourse, no way to challenge the outcome. Power without explanation is tyranny. If a black box AI is biased, who is responsible? The company, the programmers, the data. Responsibility is diffused. The system becomes a scapegoat. We're forced into blind faith, trusting what we can't inspect or verify. We expect reasons from doctors and judges, but accept AI's verdicts without them. This is a fragile foundation for a just society. With black box AI, accountability dissolves. When a self-driving car crashes, who's to blame? The owner, the manufacturer, or the programmers? Corporations point to the algorithm as impartial and beyond blame. In hiring, if AI discriminates, everyone claims good faith. No one is accountable. The system itself becomes a scapegoat, immune to reform. This creates a moral hazard. Decisions are easier when responsibility is blurred. The AI acts as a moral buffer, making hard choices easier to execute. We're building systems designed to be unaccountable, defended by their own complexity. When things go wrong, the answer is always, the system is too complex to control. Without accountability, justice is impossible. We now live under the authority of automated systems, and we've accepted it. This wasn't a hostile takeover, but a gradual surrender for comfort and efficiency. The danger isn't malevolent AI, but our own complacency. Every time we accept a decision without explanation, the system's authority grows. We've been conditioned to trust the output, to believe data-driven is always better. Human judgment, with all its flaws, contains empathy and context that machines lack. AI should augment, not replace, our judgment. The final step is when questioning the system seems absurd. A generation raised with AI as arbiter may never think to challenge it. The greatest danger, forgetting we ever had the right to be its master. The most critical act of resistance is to ask why. We must demand explanations, transparency, and accountability. If we quietly surrender our agency, we lose something profoundly human.